Now, if you're over 40 and skipping breakfast and calling it fasting or playing with missed meals because of what you heard on a podcast or like an Insta post, you might be accidentally fast tracking your muscle loss instead of dialing up your fat loss or healthy longevity. So you know where we're going. We will chat very quickly about why this strategy might be backfiring, especially if you are over 40, a woman or a uterus owner, and 3 things that move the needle way more than a 16-8 style of restrictive fasting, especially if you care about energy, healthy metabolism, and aging well, not just the number on the scale. Let's talk why this is backfiring. First, women are not just less hairy, more chatty men, and most of the promising fasting research for body composition done on college-aged men. Now, I don't know about you, but I have about as much in common with college-aged men as I do with Ozzy Osbourne. Importantly, as we have slowly gained a bit more kind of research into the effects of things like fasting on women, we've found that women do not respond the same way. Surprise, I know. Now, the thing here is that slow down metabolism that's supposed to be a famine response that our bodies have is much quicker to kick in women with any physiologic stress, but particularly heavier chronic calorie restriction or anything that mimics it, like overtraining or like extended fasting. Now, on top of that, you lose muscle much more quickly and more easily after 40, especially if you're a woman, but my men too. Estrogen is essential for helping us hold on to our muscle mass, which is our calorie burning, strength, and stability boosting tissue. So it's really important for both how you feel now and longevity. And that makes stricter fasting regimens and missing meals a big old kind of self-sabotaging strategy for most women over 40. The first strategy that actually moves the needle really reliably and more than something like 16-8 fasting. And number 1 is spread your protein over 4 meals and snacks a day. And so why 4 meals and snacks? Sadly, whether you are female or male, you just cannot dump a giant steak on your plate at 7 p.m. and hope it counts for your whole day's worth of protein, even if you can stomach it. Your body can only absorb and use so much protein at once, and we burn through the sort of free pool of amino acids, which is our building blocks for proteins, every few hours and all day long, not just in the gym. So if you are skipping meals and only eating in a short window, you're actually going to be not just under eating your protein for that goal, but undermining your natural calorie burn and that muscle that you need to stay healthy, strong for decades, not just today. Now, this is not a license to graze. We still want some time between meals and snacks for insulin to come down, but it is a nudge to make sure that you are spreading that protein out and planning ahead a little bit so you're getting that big, beautiful muscle protection that comes with that steady intake. Number 2 is that your micronutrients and antioxidants from plants is the real anti-aging MVP. Now, yes, I'm a dietitian telling you to eat more vegetables. Groundbreaking, I know, but seriously, getting that 4 to 6 cups or more of real, not powdered, colorful, non-starchy plants a day, it is an incredibly evidence-based and powerful tool to feed good gut bacteria, get those anti-inflammatory polyphenols, and activate repair and detoxification pathways that actually protect you as you age and make you feel good now. Fancy? No, but with a little bit of planning and prep, you can slow aging in all of your cells and tissues from skin and hair to heart and muscle and liver, and it is a shit ton cheaper than most of the biohacking products and tools and cryo things that you're being sold. And least sexy of the bunch, but potentially most powerful. Get that 25 plus grams of fiber every damn day. Now, despite the inherent unsexiness of this guy, it does help move stubborn visceral fat around the middle, and it lowers your risk of the big 3 killers of both men and women, which is diabetes, heart disease, and cancers in North America, and in quite a significant way. And most of my health-conscious clients over 40 who are already starting off well still get less than half the fiber they need for that optimized metabolic health, that longevity, that body comp, despite knowing the basics. And friends, that's a problem because fiber is a potent anti-aging and body composition booster. It helps to improve insulin sensitivity, keep blood sugar steady, helps lose visceral belly fat independent of changes in calories, which is pretty magic, and helps to regulate appetite hormones, so portion control is easier. And lastly, feed that good gut bacteria that leads to better mood, metabolism, and even less inflammation for both short and long-term energy and feel good. And my women, you're gonna need at least 25 plus grams a day, and men, that's about 30 plus grams. So start with getting that 2 cups of veggies at each meal, and then start to boost your intake by thinking of things like whole grains, starchy veggies, or beans and legumes like lentils as that carb, all great fiber sources, and using higher fiber fruits like raspberries and blackberries with like your yogurt or your bowl instead of a banana, snacks like chia pudding or flax sprinkled on yogurt. And I'll make sure I link a blog post with a bunch of high fiber swaps below so you're not overhauling everything you eat. Now, the take home, fasting is not magic. Solid age and stage focused foundations are, and while I'm not anti-fasting in the right context, it might help some people. Something closer to a time-restricted eating protocol, a 12-12, is a tool I do use with the right client at the right time in their nutrition strategy. So for most of my 40+ clients and you here, it's like trying to put icing on a cupcake before you even know what flavor you plan on baking. It's just not going to work as far as a cohesive strategy, and it might end up really gross. Now, health and longevity are not built by skipping meals or trying the latest thing you see on Instagram or TikTok. No matter how tempting or kind of interesting it might sound, bodies at this stage really thrive on consistency more than extremes. And for my women, over 40 especially, those extremes do way more harm than good. Our bodies don't tolerate them well with that decreased oxidative and stress capacity. So pick one of these 3, nail it a good 80% of the time, think 5 to 6 days a week for a good month or 2, and then tackle the next one if you're still not seeing the results, the energy, the body composition, or changes in health markers like cholesterol that you want. Have a good week, friend.